Hello everyone, today we're going to talk about exponents. And exponents are just another way to display a number. Just like you display a number as a decimal or a fraction, exponents is another way. So this video won't be very long today because we're going to talk about more in class. And as you see, it's not very hard to figure out exponents. So right now I have this one exponent. You should see the number 2 and the number 3. And I want to go over a couple vocabulary just so you know what we're talking about. The number 2 we're going to call the base. This is the bigger number and it comes before the 3. So this base is really like the heart of the exponent. So this is going to help you figure out what the solution to the problem is. The 3, which is a little elevated and smaller, is called the exponent. So your two big terms here are base and exponent. When I'm talking about this number, I'm going to say one of two things. I'm going to say 2 to the power of 3. So 2 is the base, and I'm saying to the power of the exponent. So 2 to the power of 3. Or some people like to say 2 to the third power. Now, exponents come in two formats. One is the exponential format that you're looking right now. This is the one you saw on the last screen. The second format that we're going to talk about today is the product or expanded form. So what this is take a look at the base. The base is 2. And what I've done is I've expanded it. So instead of it being short and concise on the left-hand side, I've taken this 2 and opened it up. I've expanded it. And you'll notice that the exponent, the 3 in this example, is telling me how many times am I multiplying the base, which is the 2. So again, the 3 is telling me multiply the base 3 times. So that's why when you look over on the right, it says 2 times 2 times 2. The exponent is telling you how many times you want to multiply that base. So as the exponent gets higher, you'll notice these products and these expanded forms get a lot more longer and higher. If my exponent were 2 or 1, it would be a lot shorter. And you're going to see some examples of that later on in the video. Now, how do you solve exponents? Because that's really ultimately what you're concerned about, because we're going to use exponents in order of operations. So you want to know how to solve them. It's actually very simple. You are going to put the exponent in product form. So right now when you look at the left, it's in exponential form. Remember, the short, compact one. And then in the product or expanded form, I'm going to open it up. So now I have 2 times 2 times 2. Well, you shouldn't need your calculator for this, but 2 times 2 is 4, and then another 2 again equals 8. So now when you're solving these exponents, you know that 2 to the third power equals 8. And like I said, we're going to do this for order of operations, so that 8 is something you'll see later on when you're solving order of operations. Okay, so these are a few examples I just wanted to go over. So I have this exponential format, 6 to the second power. Remember, that 2 is telling you how many times am I going to multiply 6. So I'm multiplying 6 twice. 6 times 6 equals 36. Now my next example, 3 to the fourth power. Again, the 4 is telling you how many times am I multiplying 3. 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. And the answer is 81. So this kind of goes on for a while. Again, look at the exponent, and then you're noticing how many times the base is multiplied. That's how you solve it. So then you will get out your calculator and you would just go through and say, okay, I need to know what the solution is. So I'm going to take these 6 2's that just showed up on the screen, 2 times 2 times 2, and so on, and put them into the calculator 6 times, and your answer would be 64. So for this last example, 5 to the third power, 5 times 5 times 5, and your answer is 125. Okay, guys, thank you. And as I mentioned, we're going to go through this in class tomorrow, but I think you guys will find it's not very difficult, and it's a pretty quick lesson. Have a good night.